Welcome to Wisdom Wednesday. Once more, it's good to be with you. These are very special times for me when I get into the energy field with you and feel you out there. Hi, everybody. Oh, I'm seeing Marina. Cindy, hello. Good to see you. What a year this is starting out to be, huh? So there were a number of things that were coming in today to talk about in this Wisdom Wednesday. And then just as I was sitting down, I heard from Spirit what to address today. So I would ask you to join me. Take a few breaths. Let's join together. Let's be in this energy field together. Let's not feel distractions. Let's drop out of our day-to-day minds, move the body around a little bit. Let go. Hi, Socorro. Hi, Abbas, Johanna. Hi, Adrian. So good to be with everybody from all corners of the United States and the world. We are breathing. We are releasing. We are opening to whatever it is that wants to join with us today, wants to come in for us today, and also breathing into and releasing on the out-breath what is no longer serving us, if it ever has, what we're just holding on to. Old habits, old ways of thinking, belief systems. It came to me recently that those things can be like our old blanket that is all falling apart. We're getting a little too old to be carrying around our blanket, but we can't part with it. And these old blankets are all shredded and smelly. We won't even let anybody wash it for us. And at some point, we have to let it go. We have to move on from it. Something in us knows that. So as we're releasing, as we're breathing, feel like it's that very tender moment of putting down that old blanket. We honor the protection and the security that it gave us as we were coming to this age. We fold it nicely, we tuck it away in a corner of our drawer to be retrieved at a later time maybe, and see what lessons it has taught us over the years. Or perhaps just to thank it again for giving us such warmth and security. So as you're breathing out, feel yourself just releasing old, no longer useful security blankets. And a lot of those are ways of thinking. A lot of those are identities that we're holding about ourselves, about others. Just ways of being that don't speak to the evolvement that we are actually coming into now. That speak of looking backwards instead of forwards, of holding on to something familiar, something we can explain. Even if it's the devil we know, we will often hold on to that. So as you're breathing out, feel yourself gently releasing those precious old thoughts, old ideas, old ways of thinking of yourself. I'm just a shy person. That's just the way I am. No, not necessarily. In fact, you may be quite the opposite when you let go of your need to be what you've always thought of yourself to be. Breathing, releasing the day, the pressures and stresses. Just kind of take a minute with me now. Let go of all that so we can come in to an aliveness in our togetherness. Let's feel alive together. Let's be here in this moment not having any idea what's going to come. I actually don't know what is going to come through right now. So we're emptying out, just emptying out, relaxing, relax the shoulders, let the mind just kind of relax. I like to picture the two hemispheres of my brain opening. Just opening and laying flat, receiving guidance, receiving light. Receiving. Not working so hard, trying to figure everything out right now. But rather being alive in this field of energy that we are creating together. The thing to look at today, I think it's coming in, I'm calling the tyrant. There is a tyrant in every one of us. And in some way or another, it runs us. It's bossy, it's a bully. It has its own ideas about everything. It determines, in a lot of ways, how we are in our day-to-day lives. And it is tyrannical. It sucks up all the energy of life. And we all have one. How to tame the tyrant is a pursuit of a lifetime. There can be a tyrant in even the most shy person, in the sweetest person. Your beautiful grandma, loving, gentle soul can have a tyrant inside her, and often does, that has kept her shy and sweet, even when something in her wanted to grow muscle and spine. The tyrant kept her down. Even in a person that presents as a wise, grounded being, there can be a tyrant in there that creates a persona that is not real to that person. Often, we create a personality, a way of appearing outside of ourselves that has nothing to do with the essence of who we are. That tyrant keeps us tied up in fear and ideas. It has a tremendous need to be right. It is self-righteous. When a tyrant is active in a relationship, in one or both people, there is a need to keep proving that they're right all the time, that they're not being seen, that they're not being respected, that everything is wrong and very little is right. The tyrant can run us into the ground. And at the end of the day, we can spend the rest of our lives alone with our tyrant. And if you look around at the people you know, people you've loved, people in your family, and maybe even yourself, you can see that tyrant taking you for its own. Maybe it will allow you moments, but in general, it will run you. It will depress you. So feel with me, if you will, the tyrant inside you that tells you how to be, how to feel, how to look, how to feel about your body, how to feel about politics, especially what to know about yourself. That tyrant is a bully. And that tyrant, when it gets together with other like-minded tyrants, forms a block. We see that in our world, where we get groups in a silo that have agreements between them. And then the tyrant of that group, that combined energy, runs that group right into the ground with its ideas, unwillingness to see anything outside of itself as being valid. What are your ideas about life? They might be things that you don't share with other people. They are often cynical, hopeless, mean-spirited, suspicious. The tyrant causes us to become addicted, makes us feel like we have to escape. It's too hard here. I need something to help me. And we're meant at this moment in time, because there is a lot opening for us. There is a huge gateway of a new age offering itself to us. And unless we learn to deal with these powerful forces of recrimination, selfishness, meanness that we're wrapped in, we will never be able to cross that gateway into a new era where we are working together to solve things instead of make more problems, where we say yes before we say no, where we don't live in constant dissatisfaction of our lives. The tyrant has been running the show for a long time. It's in our politics at every level. We can look away, but then we face the mirror and we have our own. So let's look at it. It's time, my beautiful friends, to take an honest look at what's really running us. Even the sweetest of us has this intractable, indomitable force inside us that keeps us down, that keeps us from coming fully into our hearts and coming from a place of openness and love and cooperation and deeper knowing of connection with Spirit. How about it? We're here together, and if you come here and join me afterwards, you're still here with us. How about we take an honest look at that mean thing inside us? Breathe, recognize it, look at it, feel it. Feel it. It's angry. It's rageful. It can be vengeful. Just look at it. Don't judge yourself. It's not a criticism. We build these things for protection, and they're not protecting us anymore. Feel it, look at it, feel where it lives in you. You can feel the presence of this in your body. The tyrant takes up a lot of space, takes up a lot of bandwidth in our thinking. Takes up a lot of time of our day, filling us with thoughts that are counterproductive, looping, worry, anxiety, feeling that people are talking about us that we're not appreciated or seen. You know the whole thing. Feel where that is in your body and how it blocks energy from moving, especially moving through the crown chakra up into spiritual connection, and especially grounding us into life, to the planet, in appreciation and aliveness in our lives. Feel that blocking energy with me right now. There is such healing energy coming from Spirit for us. Take a breath. Let's release the tyrant. Let's tame it. If we can't, just let it go. I don't know if we can do that, but let's at least recognize and take our power back from it. Let our hearts be empowered rather than this gut reaction from the forces of negativity and doubt and fatalism, anger. Let's just release whatever the rage is all about, the frustration. Let's breathe, let's release together. Such good medicine. Let's put the tyrant to bed with our old blanket in the back of the drawer, where it's tucked away as a memory, where it's tucked away as a teacher. Let us free ourselves from the clutches of that tyranny. Take a few breaths. Feel your heart being freed up in this moment. Please know that any thoughts, any ideas that you see or read or hear from any source that try to control your thinking or your actions or your ideas about life in any way are not valid unless your heart opens to them. And the empowered heart is not afraid to look at the reality of what's going on at all. But it doesn't look through the lens of fear. It is not vulnerable to automatically believing anything that does not pass muster with its own knowing. And may that knowing be connected to the greatest intelligence of all, the intelligence that created creation here. So as you're breathing, feel the clutches of the tyrant releasing from you, and feel your heart opening to becoming all that it can be, all the expression, all the intelligence and love that is inherent in our human consciousness. May it thrive. May it not have that foot on us, squashing us down. May we be vulnerable only to the forces of love and never to the forces of hatred and conspiracy. And may you thrive in your openness and usher in this true new time for all of us. We stand on the frontier together. May we hold hands together. May we know that we need each other. Thank you. Mahalo, Carol. All my love to all of you. See you next Wednesday.